Hi everyone, it is Fitz with your daily delivery. I hope you're doing well. I'm very good. Today we're going to talk about a topic that has been a topic the last couple years and certainly is one again this year, but it doesn't seem to be as big a one. Maybe that's coming off a 6-6 season. Maybe it's the disappointment. Maybe people aren't as fired up for next year as they have been in the past. I'm not sure, but we find ourselves asking that question. Will Avery Johnson stay at K-State or enter the transfer portal? And I'll share my thoughts on that right after I remind you that you need to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I really need you to. Don't make me cry. Also, our special's over. The 75% off is, but there's another one going on. Go check us out at GoPowercat. You need to get behind the paywall to get all that good stuff. Will Avery Johnson stay at Kansas State for his senior season, or will he go? Here's my thought. I want him to do whatever is best for him. And I don't know what that motivation is. I don't think it's pure money. My suspicion is K-State has paid him very well, but he might have had opportunities to make even more. And that might be true again. I also know this, his value probably isn't as high as we would have anticipated at this point of his career. His stats look fine. I mean, he is now the career touchdown passing leader in K-State football history. But this team went 6-6. And that kind of sticks with you too as the starting quarterback. You get more ownership of that than any other position on the field. To be fair, there's a reason. So will he stay or will he go? Now, I think Avery declaring for the draft is way off the table. In fact, he's got a lot to prove just to be in the conversation right now. Going back to what I just said, when he came out of high school, we expected him right now to be blowing up. And he has it. Whether those limitations have been self-imposed, imposed by external forces, or we just completely misjudged his ceiling. Because I still believe it's a lot higher than what we're seeing. I just question if he can get there. And if he can't get there, was it really his ceiling? I don't know. So is it best for Avery Johnson to stay in this system, possibly with another new offensive coordinator, his fourth in his 4 years? Keep in mind, if he goes to another school, he'll still have another offensive coordinator either way. I don't know about Matt Wells' future. We'll find out. But I know this. Avery Johnson is his own man. And I think his answer that I'm about to put up from the post-game press conference after K-State's 24-14 victory over Colorado kind of sums that up. Here's what he says, and don't get too alarmed by the ending.
There's no doubt in my mind I want to play for Coach Kleiman, and this is the place I want to be. But just things I got to talk to my family about and pray about. But yeah, like you said, I mean, I'm committed to this place, and I love this place more than anything in the world. So definitely something I'm just gonna sit down with my family about tomorrow. But yeah.
So Avery's always been good about being inclusive in his discussions of such stuff, whether it's teammates, coaches, or his family. He always defers to family. But as his father, Mark, has told me in the past, Avery is his own guy. Avery is always the adult in the room. And from what I can tell, the family all has input, and Avery does what he thinks is best for Avery. Nobody tells Avery that he has to do something. At least that's the way I understand it. But what does he need to do? Does he need to go somewhere else to get more exposure, a different offense, more proven winning, higher levels of talent around him like Will Howard saw at Ohio State? Maybe. But even though Will Howard went to Ohio State, had an incredibly successful season, won a national title, I think you can look at his draft status and wonder if it even helped that at all. Did it really improve his draft status? I don't know. I think he was a late round guy, even if he had stayed at K-State and had a good season. So, does Avery need to go somewhere else to get to where he wants to go? I don't know that that's true. The NFL finds you no matter what. And the NFL will look through everything else if they believe they can do a better job coaching you than what you've had. They probably do. In fact, anyone who says Avery doesn't have much value in the transfer portal doesn't understand the marketplace and how it works. Avery has a huge upside, and every coach around the country is going to look at that the same way. I can get that out of him because you got to be a confident guy to be a football coach. I can get that out of him. His value is going to be possibly more than what K-State can or will want to pay in NIL money. Maybe with Dylan Edwards gone, Jace Brown probably leaving for the NFL or another school. We don't know yet. Maybe they just hit the reset on the entire NIL revenue sharing model and start over at K-State because they've had this upper echelon getting paid more. And I don't think the return on investment has been what they thought, mostly because of Dylan Edwards. So we don't know what Avery will do. I suspect he will play in the bowl game, though. I think he's just that kind of guy. Unless he goes to a big-time school that's going to say, no, you're not going to take that risk. We'll see. I don't know when we'll find out, but it certainly won't be until after signing day. We've already seen one running back go into the portal in J.B. Price, and we're going to see a lot more of that as things go forward. They're going to have to clear room on their roster because at 105, every spot has great value. A lot's coming down the pike. Stay tuned to GoPowercat. Make sure you're getting the latest special to get a subscription because we'll have the coverage at GPC.